already seated right here on the table of life. And if you just enjoyed the video, you already know who our guest is. And let me go by the government name. Isaac Edu Buxton, popularly known as FIMFIM. He is a music producer and a musician as well. And he's been doing this for a long while. I mean, just by going through his songs, like, okay, this man has been in the industry for a long while. And you know what? He's released a latest EP and it's all hip life. He's going to tell us all about it. Why he even decided to do all hip life EP, because now we're all about Afro beats and all that, everything Afro. In fact, I think he should have added Afro to it so that we have Afro hip life. But yeah.
There's one song that sounds a bit Afro. But we'll talk about that.
So welcome once again. And you're looking different. I mean, I kept on watching the video and then, I'm trying to see whether if it's the shades or the hat. It's a shade. It's a shade.
So should we take the shades off? Or
maybe he feels comfortable that way.
It's part of the brand.
Okay, but welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm great.
I mean, we are almost ending this year. How's the year been for you so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, we can't complain. So
yeah. Now, you produce and you're a musician as well.
Yeah.
Which one would you say you love doing the most?
Both.
Both.
Yes, I love doing both. But I was much of an artist and a producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I started as an artist before I ventured into production. Yeah, so the artist has been my first love.
Okay.
Production came later.
Okay, so why did you decide to venture into producing when you started as an artist?
I think that producing came as a result of me going to studios and then not getting certain elements that I want to hear in my songs. So it went on for a while, and then I decided, why don't I try to do this then? Already my cousin used to, teach me the basics of the production, but it wasn't so intensive. But when I realized I needed to do it myself, I just took some, other tutorials, and then I began to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for, I would say, that more than a decade.
Yes, it's been more than a decade.
Wow.
Production, 2009. 2009. I started production.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and as an artist, how long?
As an artist before 2009.
Yeah. Wow, and you look very young.
Thank you.
You started when you were young, right?
Yeah.
Because, but looking at money, like financially, which one would you say you've made the most money from? Is it producing or being an artist?
Producing. I've made money from producing, yes.
Okay.
My first single came out somewhere 2011, The Rapper Man, which I featured Kese.
Yeah.
And then in 2013, my second single, She Won Me, which I featured Jupiter. But during those times, I think we didn't pay much attention to the business aspect of the whole thing. We were more interested in the, the fame and then the bars and all. Yeah, so money-wise, we didn't make money at that time. But when I started producing, I also learned a lot. I'm somebody who likes to read about anything that I do. So I took my time to study the business aspect of the whole industry before I started the production. So the production has actually giving me more money than being an artist. Yeah.
Okay. Being in the industry for so long, I mean, you've been through it all. I'm sure you were around when we were not streaming our songs.
Yeah.
And now we are streaming our songs. What would you say that, okay, this thing has been with us and is still here with us in this modern day Ghana, and we need to get rid of? Which thing would you say that we need to get rid of it in the industry?
In the Ghana music industry?
Yeah, Ghana music industry.
Getting rid of, I wouldn't say getting rid of, but I would say adding up. And it's about our collective societies, royalties. We don't have a system that, collects the royalties for artists. So an artist can do a song for his or her entire life, and then at the end of the day, they will die poor. But if the royalty system works, I don't think this should be happening. So I think we should rather have laws and regulations that will enforce the collection of royalties for any creative person at all, not just even artists.
But I thought there is Gamro there.
Oh, but there's Gamro. There's Gamro. But, you know, this Gamro issue has been back and forth.
And even with Gamro, you have to register. So if you're an
Yes.
artist and you do not register with Gamro, they don't have the rights to take your royalties for you. But have you registered with Gamro?
I haven't. But I'm registered
But have
with,
you ever received any royalties?
from Gamro.
Yes.
No.
You won't get it. Maybe.
One thing is that
By hook or
even
crook, you
with
get it,
Gamro, I mean, there are systems that are used to collect these things. It's not really effective.
Yeah.
So an artist, somebody like Last Kwakese made a complaint, was like he's done music all his life and he goes there and just peanuts.
Yeah.
So their system is questionable. So I'm registered with other international publishing organizations as well.
You do get them, right?
Yes.
A lot.
So every song that I've produced out there, both mine and for other artists, are registered with those publishers, and it's worldwide. They collect it worldwide for you.
So what are they doing different from our system? What are they doing different? Why? What is preventing us from being able to emulate these services and making our artists rich as well? Because I'm sure they will also get benefits.
Yes, they do.
So if you collect it right, you get the money.
Yes.
What is preventing us from getting these monies for the artists?
The big question should be directed to Gamro because they are responsible to, collect all
agree.
these monies.
I agree.
And I don't know why they are not doing it.
Let's talk about your sound.
Yeah.
And I read a little bit about what you put out about in FIMFIM and how you're passionate about hip life.
Yeah, very passionate.
And you remember this song, Killing the Game? Richie and Obo and all that. And then times people were criticizing them that we are killing the game. No, something new is coming instead of us accepting it. But I think their prediction came true because now we hardly hear of hip life. You have decided to bring out an EP solely all about hip life.
Yeah.
We are in a time where, you obviously want to make money from your music. And it's obvious that it's Afrobeats, now Amapiano. Even if you have an Afrobeat song, you can add the Amapiano beat so that it will sound Amapiano, just so you can get the streams. But you have decided to bring out a hip life album, EP.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you decide that? You're not scared that you're not going to make money?
No.
What really inspired you to bring out this?
One thing is, as a creative person, if you pay so much attention to the money factor, the best, you will not be able to have the best of you out there. And also, hip life is our sound. Hip life is the Ghanaian sound. All the other genres that you mentioned, Amapiano, Afrobeat, it's not ours. So why is it that we have something so nice, something so precious, but we just want to relegate it, we just want to watch it die and embrace something which is not ours? You cannot do it better than the original.
Yeah.
Yes. So why is it that we have hip life, but we don't want to pay attention to hip life? So this particular album is more of getting the people to reconnect to hip life and to also to win back the love for hip life. So this album is more like a sacrifice. I'm not looking at the money or what financial benefit might come out, but I just want to put this album out there for the people. For the people to know that we have this beautiful sound that when we capitalize on it, it can also become or get recognized internationally, worldwide, and even other people will come and then emulate this particular sound. Hip life is a beautiful sound, but I don't know.
But it's a bold step, though. It's a very
Very
bold
bold.
statement. But I see it from this side. There are pros and cons.
Yeah, sure.
For putting the effort there, I'll give you 100%. That's very good. But if people are going to appreciate that, we leave it for the people to understand. But for someone who has taken it upon himself to make us appreciate hip life again, in your bio, you said something very interesting. You said Buesiako EP, that's the title, arrives at a time when Ghana's music scene is undergoing a dynamic transformation with emerging genres, and global influences reshaping its identity. It means you want us to go back and enjoy what the likes of Reggie Rockstone, J.W. Ambule, the Kiki Jans, and the rest. Now, my question is, what elements did you consider in making sure that when we listen to that particular album, it takes us back to be able to appreciate what you've done?
The sounds are very unique, and apart from being unique, there are sounds that we can also easily get connected to. I used more of brass, more of organic sounds, more of traditional sounds, but it's just that the production makes it hip, so that when you listen, you want to dance. So I'll still give you that dance element, but then you will still be able to, connect to that particular element that will make you feel like, yo, this is Ghanaian. So I think these are the elements that will make us fall. Yes, so it's like I've just modernized the whole thing. That's what I'm looking at.
But for someone who is taking us back, why didn't you feature any of these big hip life artists? Because when I listen to the album, I've listened to the album, I must say it's dope.
Thank you.
Listening to it, I remember the likes of, I might not really be exposed to the likes of Obrafo, Lord Kenya, Reggie Rosso, but I have two brothers who are way ahead of me.
Wow.
They are 12 years, 11 years older than me. So in the house, you get to listen to, one wants to prove that Obrafo is good,
Better.
and Lord Kenya is good. So you listen to it now. So listening to the album, I could just appreciate, let's say, Paimuka album.
Straight.
And taking us back, why didn't you feature someone back in the days? Maybe you could have gotten a Obrafo. I realized you added Edem, and that was a smart move because you added his song, and then you brought that. But then what prevented you from bringing the OGs? Even Reggie Rockstone, I think, would have hopped on it.
Yeah,
Yes, I know,
you would
right?
have. Yeah.
So what happened? What happened was it's quite, these people are really, they have busy schedules.
Yeah.
So, and aside their busy schedules, most of them that I contacted were, working on an album. And I just needed to get this thing out.
Yeah.
So look, considering the time factor, I felt like, let me just bring it out. But what we are doing is that we are going to pay homage to all these legends. We've already started. We've already met Miss Bell. I'll be meeting Reggie this coming Sunday. We went to meet the president himself, Obuo. And all these people are, they are in the same direction with us. They want to rally behind the whole movement. So we didn't have them on the songs, but we pay homage to them for them to add their voices to whatever movement that we are trying to push.
And also add Zap Mallet.
Zap, biggest producer. We'll go to all these people.
Yes,
We'll go to all these people.
But finally, there was one song that I really liked, the Coco Taco.
Yeah.
When you were ending it, you said signed, sealed, delivered. Who said that?
His name is Kwame Fizzle.
Oh, okay. He sounded like, what's the name? The one who said, kill the cat, Lord,
Good.
kill the cat.
So that was all elements that were.
You see, that's why I said I've listened to
That's
that.
Nimanche.
Nimanche.
And we've already gone to see Nimanche.
Because I was like, you see the whole Manche with
Yeah.
Bradford,
Yeah.
issue.
That issue.
So when I heard it, I was moving to the next song. Then I heard signed, sealed, delivered. I was like, hey, let me go back. I said, I'll ask you who did that.
His name is Kwame Fizzle.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, and it's actually applaudable for you to, go back to hip life and even produce an EP, because you have the conversation where we feel some of our genres in Ghana here is dying. And everybody is hopping on Afrobeats and other things. Though, there's still the conversation that, Afrobeat is Ghanaian originated, but some people have decided to, take it up and package it and make it their own. But then the likes of high life, hip life, a lot of our arts are not doing it. And some of you artists have complained that, we are not, doing our own, we are not supporting our own, among other things. So seeing you do that, indeed, is very applaudable.
Thank you.
But I want to know what informs your style of music?
I think I like organic sounds.
Okay.
I like the Ghanaian traditional sounds. I like high life. So most of the productions that I've done for other artists, if you pay critical attention, you realize that it's high life, but it's been, modified to suit the current trends. And I think that is what most of the producers out there are also failing to adapt. I think that let me talk as a sound engineer now. with the sound engineers, at the end of the day, we direct the sound, the final sound that comes out for you consumers to enjoy. We direct it. So I think we can do our best and try to reshape or redirect the trajectory of our genre, because at the end of the day, before it comes out, I'll touch it. So if I want us to feel the high life, the hip life bit, I'll try and get elements, little bit of elements.
Yeah.
It starts somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
before I realize,
Everybody will move on
you
to
understand.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some artists are also failing to accept that they are doing high life and hip life.
That's true.
You listen to some of the songs, it's completely high life, hip
Yeah.
life. But because Afrobeat, just the word Afrobeat is out there, they just want to
Yeah.
get something that they can affiliate
Yeah.
to.
Right.
If we finish recording and we are uploading it to the distributors, there are genre categories. There is nothing like hip life.
Right.
I think it's recently that they
The
introduced
Recording
high life.
Academy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So if I'm an artist and I'm uploading my song and there's nothing like hip life, what will even, motivate me to do hip life?
But do you blame them? Because what
The
you,
artist?
No, do you blame the let's say Apple Music, other Spotify or other ones? Do you blame them?
You can't blame them.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a collective call
Yeah.
where we push it and then we are able to be recognized. Because if
Exactly.
you watch Hip Life Rewind, the documentary BBC did, I mean, everyone that watches appreciate the fact that we are now telling our story. We are now, there's a documentation to what we are doing.
Yeah.
So there is this understanding that we can't really blame them. We have to make it. So it's a good call that you have started.
Yeah.
You are doing it, other producers who do it. And when we come together, we can be recognized. But then and again, don't you feel that the new wave that is going on is a modification of hip life? And that is Ghanaian drill, popularly known as Asaka music.
Oh yeah. Drill, the Ghanaian drill is hip life. That one, there are no two ways
Good.
about it.
Yeah.
Yes, but tagging it as just Ghanaian drill is not enough.
Okay.
Because if I'm doing typical boom bap hip life, it can't fall under that category.
Yeah.
So when we have that big umbrella hip life, then we have Ghanaian drill as a
Under
sub-genre.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And that will work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That makes
understand?
sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but
That's
just before you come in, I mean, we spoke about Gamro and other matters that probably is an issue in the music industry. But for you being in the music industry for more than a decade, I'm sure that you've seen certain things that are probably not helping the industry and even the Ghanaian musician. What are some of it that you think can really be worked on?
Media, I keep talking about our royalty system because that's
So
what
that's like
can,
the major problem.
yes,
for
that's
you.
what can sustain any creative person.
Yeah.
Right.
Any creative person is the royalty system, because if I'm not actively doing music today, but I've been doing music like for a decade,
Yeah.
all the songs that I've done, produced over the decade, should be able to sustain me if the royalty system, that is how the international artists are. That is how they are surviving.
Right.
Yes, somebody can just release one song, his entire career, one song. But if the song is big, it can sustain him throughout his entire lifetime.
Yeah.
So the royalty system should just be looked at.
Yeah.
Well noted.
I mean,
Are
we'll be
we gonna go for a break?
Yeah, we'll be calling for his hip life anthem. Yeah, but you know what he did also? You appreciated certain individuals in
Yeah.
the song.
Yeah.
And did you hear Metro TV?
Yes.
Oh
Advertising side.
You guys were like, everybody wanted to get their videos to advertising
advertising
cycle.
cycle.
Salah Fatah.
Yeah.
And then Metro TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you did, like,
Yeah.
I hope this project.
Like I pray it
appreciate
becomes
it.
big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about Ghanaians pushing the hip life, high life
They have
genre
to.
so that it will be recognized worldwide. And if you're doing this and it becomes successful, of which it's going to be,
Most definitely.
then
Others will
other
hop on
producers-
it.
Others
Yes,
will
they'll-
hop on it.
because
Shine away.
Ghanaians don't wait
from
for
it.
you to do it.
Absolutely.
And if it's
Right now,
successful,
They'll jump on it.
it's
Yes.
a tight agenda we are setting. But then let's go and listen to his hip life anthem
Anthem.
performance video. Yeah.
okay. That was a live performance of Hip Life Anthem on the Bo Siakon, EP, solely Hip Life. And we're enjoying the conversation backstage. It's unfortunate that you couldn't listen to us, but Nanaya has been telling us a lot.
But he should explain boys here home.
Yes.
Some people don't understand.
Yes.
Media
Because
understand.
You
I
do,
mean,
you do,
in Chibosiak, you know, as a
Asante,
Krishna,
so-
like,
Yeah,
you know, that,
so I
yes,
understand.
tell
But
us.
explain.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Boy Siakon is actually Boy Siakon.
Okay.
Boy Siakon was an Ashanti hero who sacrificed himself willingly for the well-being of the Ashantis. That is long story short. So juxtaposing that to the EP,
Yeah.
this particular EP is
You're
more like a
sacrificing,
sacrifice.
yes.
Yes. So that's why I said, irrespective of the
Yeah,
financial,
yes.
what.
You're
But
sacrificing.
you're going to reap. I believe that you're going to
Thank
really
you.
reap from this one. Looking at how you started with the promotions
Right.
and all that. But I want us to tell us a little bit about the titles of the songs in there. You've already told us about Bosiakon and then the Hip Life Anthem. I
Hip
think
Life Anthem. Hip Life Anthem is Hip Life, venting out his grievances.
Yeah.
Why have you left me to rot? And who is actually saying that I'm dead? So Hip Life is asking questions.
then we have Setre Jamase.
Setra Jamase talks about heroes not being appreciated in their homes.
My brother is called Setre. So
Okay.
What about Coco Taco?
Coco Taco.
Yeah, Coco Taco.
Coco Taco is somebody who is a hand-time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, Kokoti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a kutia to someone you know?
It's not a kutia, it's just,
Okay.
a word out there. Like,
Okay.
Beshin, at the end of the day, everybody will die.
Party mystic.
Optimistic, just like the name. Let's just have fun. Let's just party.
For those that love to party, I'm looking at someone right now.
Oh, how interesting.
Sister Aisha.
Sister Aisha.
Who is Sister Aisha in your life?
Oh, plenty.
Hey.
Sister Aisha, plenty. So it just talks about just being you. Don't change for anything. Don't change for anybody. No matter what and who you are, I still like you the way you are.
And the last one, Mogu.
Moguo.
Yeah,
Moguo. You see, back in the days when they used to tell us stories, like intermittently they'll break and we will sing some songs and then they continue with the story. So that's what Moguo is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's epic. It's
Thank you. Thank
the
you.
best. Hip life. I think this is going to start something new.
Yeah.
The conversation is going to change, and hopefully, artists will sit down and think that, okay, we can really make money off hip life because that is where we are all coming
Yes.
from. I mean,
Yes.
we think we are doing Afro beats and all that, but deep down, you are doing hip life.
life.
I mean, because hip life is a fusion of high life
Yeah.
and rap.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you are singing and then rapping, you're obviously doing hip life. But I have so much hope for this EP.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts for the Ghana industry, especially with this particular EP that you've released? What do you expect from fans?
I just hope that at the end of the day, whatever sacrifice Boy Siakon is making will not be in vain. People should just try and reconnect to hip life once again. People should just try and fall in love once again with hip life. And I would say this particular project has been me. Because when I took the break, it was a time for me to get back to the drawing board, redefine myself, and come back proper. And I think this album is more me than any other song that I've released out there. So it means a lot to me.
There's Molex here as a creative director.
Yeah.
Any words for him?
Director Molex, Charlie, he's the biggest brain behind this project, and I appreciate him so much. Like, his work that has gone into this project, big. So, Charlie Molex, thank you.
Before you came in, and I asked her something, that if you're doing hip life, then it means that you have been in the game for long. And
A
you
long
really,
time.
really understand what you're doing. And
Yes.
it's obvious, just by
you.
listening to you talk and all that, it's obvious
Thank
that
you.
you really understand what you're doing. So in the next future, are you going to do only hip life, or maybe you might switch and do something else?
Hip life is broad. So we will get different versions of hip
Okay.
life, but it's still hip life.
Yes. Subgenres.
You understand? Aha.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
joining
for
us. But
coming.
are you releasing another project apart from this one?
Yes, so we are
Since
looking.
this one is a sacrificial one,
Yeah.
are you releasing
But we are looking
something
at
that-
pushing this particular one
Okay.
for like a year. And we
I
have
agree.
series of activities, promotional plans that we are looking at because we want it to sink.
Yeah. And please, when you're doing them, document them.
Thank you. We are
Document
doing
them,
that.
please.
Thank you very much.
Document them because we really need something there. I mean, we've talked about having a museum to showcase all these things that we
Yes.
have,
Yes.
Ambule and the rest, their works, their guitars that they used to play with. We need to have all these in a museum, a
Very
musical
true.
museum.
Very true.
And if you're documenting this, and please work on your YouTube as well.
Thank you. I will.
Please.
I will.
Thank you very much. And finally, last words to
Last
our
words.
viewers.
I think I will just reiterate. Voice Yako is out there. Everybody just go out there, stream, support the movement. FIMFIM, all platforms. FIMFIM_GH. Follow me, just like she's saying. The YouTube, go stream. And thank you
It's
very much for having me.
important. Thank you very much for coming.